Alright, I am back after losing power. I just lost power for like a second, and internet went down. It took 5 minutes for everything to come back up. Super annoying. All sorts of like crazy stuff was happening. So, everything is back up and running now. So, I apologize. Just gonna type that in the chat. Hey Noah, how's it going? And alright, so the good thing is I lost power for just like a couple of seconds, and I have a power backup on my PC. So my PC did not shut off, but my internet obviously reset. My cable modem went down, my Wi-Fi router went down, everything went down, so I had to wait for internet to come back. But my computer didn't go down, so my stream was ready to go as soon as the internet came back up. So I am up and running again. Thank goodness. I'm playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I'm playing the heroic HAAT raid. That is the tank raid. And for anybody who plays this game, you know that it only became recent that you could do the entire raid with one team, all 40-something million points. There was a video put out by Skelterix sort of showing how to do it with this team setup, but I do not auto-play, so I don't just hit the auto button here and just let it go, because I feel like there's still some risk involved. So I'm just showing now how to do it while lowering your risk, even though there's probably only 1 or 2 of you watching right now, and you may not even play this game, but that's okay. This will still be a good reference video for those who do play this game and want to see it. So the first thing I'm going to do is stun B2 Super Battle Droid, because he is the most annoying aspect of this. And I'm going to use Commander Luke, because he removes turn meter. And that's the key here. We want to remove turn meter on General Grievous. So we just got rid of his turn meter. The last thing we want to do is attack him with Finn, because that's just going to get his turn meter back up. You do not play this game, then you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But that's okay. You could decide if this game looks interesting to you or not. I'm going to get rid of B2 Super Battle Droid. I'm going to use a mass attack. And when this happens, the turn meter for General Grievous could be full. It could be halfway. It kind of just totally depends. No, not interested. Well, sorry. Nonetheless, this is what I'm playing tonight. So this is sort of the strategy now. And at this point, most people would just hit the auto button and let it go. You can see every time I mass attack, sometimes he has full turn meter, sometimes he doesn't. It's sort of random. What we want to do here is manage B2, because he can remove all my buffs, including translation. And we don't want him to remove translation, because then I can't mass attack. So we're just going to sort of manhandle him pretty quickly and then get back to attacking General Grievous. You only really want to manually attack General Grievous with Han or Commander Luke. See, right now I'm actually not going to attack him with Finn. I'm going to use him to cleanse my debuffs, including my exposes, and then I'll mass attack again and hope that the last person who hits in that mass attack is either Commander Luke or Han Solo, because they remove turn meter on their basics. But again, sort of a crapshoot, and that's why some people have reported that they run this on auto, but they still die. So basically, you could run it on auto, but as soon as you see General Grievous end up with full turn meter after one of these mass attacks, then you want to set it back to manual, manage the ads that he spawns next to him. those other droids, and then just get back to autoing. And this just adds like a huge element of safety. So you see right now I'm taking auto off so I can manage this because I don't want that restless barrage to go off. So let's take care of him. And we could actually auto this for the moment. Yeah, see, I didn't want to attack with Finn. But we could just attack those adds, and we're back to autoing again. So it's not that complicated. It still goes pretty fast. Look at that damage meter up top. It's going down pretty steadily. And this can go on for a long time, just attacking Grievous, and he could not get an attack in, or he may get in an attack every time you mass attack. Again, if Finn's the last one that hits him, or BB-8's the last one that hits him, he may get full turn meter. If it's Han or Commander Luke, then you'll be fine for another mass attack. So see, there, it's just sort of a crapshoot. And so again, we don't want to deal with Restless Barrage, so take him out. And again, Finn, he cleanses buffs, so I don't want to fill Grievous's turn meter. Might as well cleanse my debuffs. If you keep the side guys stunned, that's great. They're going to auto taunts, but they go down real fast. Whoops, I automatically attacked with Finn, but that's alright. I did it again, but that's alright. We're back to mass attacking now. Again, we're already 2/3 of the way through with Phase 1. Take the auto off again. Now what you could do here, see like right now I didn't trigger B2, is if you attack him twice with BB-8, the first time he'll get Tenacity down. You could also attack with C-3PO. You can either do 2 stacks of Confuse, because then he can't counter, assist, or gain bonus turn meter. Or, if you want, you can hit him twice with BB-8, because when he has Tenacity down, BB-8's basic dazes him. Either way, he can't gain that automatic full turn meter when you hit Grievous. Or you could just, you know, take him out, because that's pretty easy with this team, as you can see. So again, Skelterix says, you know, stun or especially daze everybody. You don't really need to do that. Just wipe them out. The key is when B2 comes back, you got to deal with him immediately, because he's the one that kind of ruins your party. After that, you're fine. As long as your whole team retains the translation buff. You can see what I mean by sometimes Grievous's turn meter comes back really fast. But again, there goes B2. Cleanse. Auto. And again, you'll get counters on those adds if they do attack. No big deal. And so again, you never know when you're going to hit a rough patch. And yeah, see, that's what you don't want to happen. It's not game over if it does. Definitely not. You just don't want that to happen over and over and over again. So let's give Commander Luke that, because he has the turn meter reduction. And again, always remove turn meter from Grievous when you can. Hey, very well, he says. And actually, I could have attacked that one too, but I just like to get rid of them. I think it's easier to get rid of them than to try and daze them. It's actually hard to keep them alive to daze them because of all the exposes. So trying to get all 3 of them dazed, just wipe them out and get back to Grievous. I think it's a simpler strategy. It requires a little bit of manual work, but as you can see, it still goes pretty quickly. You just have to pause when he brings the adds back. Wipe him out quick. And once you wipe them out, especially B2, you're fine. And he's almost done. Again, you get the counter there, so no biggie. And you're back to the C-3PO mass attack. And again, that's what you don't want to happen, but again, whatever, just auto, we're almost done now. And honestly, once you get through Phase 1, this is a piece of cake. So you can see, even with some bad RNG here, triggering his turn meter repeatedly, I'm still in good shape. I get rid of the annoying ads because they taunt. I don't even need to do this now because he's dead anyway on my next attack, but just to model the strategy. And yeah, one more and he's done. And there we go. And that really is, it just adds a little layer of insurance. I don't worry about losing Han or Finn when I take over that way. And I finish this round most times with everybody having, including Han and Finn, and Han being the most fragile of all, with them having protection still. I didn't this time, but you can lose Han or Finn, and if you do, show's over. And if you're soloing, well, you may lose your rewards position. If you have to restart, if anyone else has posted scores while other people are already soloing. So this is such a piece of cake. You can do this with receiving no damage. You just topple the first time, and then literally just hit auto. And that's it. You just sit back and watch. And that's how that works. I'll turn the volume down a little bit. And the fact that this used to take like dozens of teams across a guild just to get through one of these 4 phases. And now you can go through all 4 phases with one team. It's pretty much like, it's a big milestone in this game. But you have to have C-3PO. And you have to have Zeta Finn here. And your turn meter reduction characters. Am I on my phone? Yes, I am on my phone. It is broadcasting to my computer so that I can stream it. Hey there, Primordial. Yes, power creep. It's inevitable in all these games. They just make the enemies stronger, then they make the characters stronger, and it's just a big spiral. Can't make money if, you know, like if you've got the most powerful character in the game and the most powerful character stays that way, then, like, what's the incentive to spend more cash, right? So that's how they make their dough. Just so everybody knows, I don't spend one dime on this game. I'm 100% free to play. I only have these really great characters because I've been playing it since the game, almost since the game came out over 3 years ago. So it's just been 3 years of grinding to get to this position. But, so I'm not paying any money. But, you know, other people are paying quite a bit of money. But that's the nature of a free-to-play game. If you don't want to pay up front for the game, there's going to be a strong pressure on you to pay as you play, which I don't like. So, yeah. So, no dinero. And I don't recommend anybody, frankly, play free-to-play games. I don't. This one is the least offensive to me in terms of it being pay to win. It still is pay to win. No question about it. You're not going to have the absolute top teams or the absolute best progression in this game unless you shell out cash. And I don't like pay to win. So, I've given up all but 2 free-to-play games. And this is probably the only one that I feel like I'm going to still be playing for quite a while. And that I'm still happy playing most of the time. But yeah, that's just the nature. I would rather just buy a game up front and not have to worry about paying more money going forward, unless there's like a big expansion or something. Even that, I like to buy the like season passes for games now when I buy them, and so that I just know whatever else other content they're going to release, I'm just going to get it, and I already paid for it up front, and I know what it costs, and there's not going to be any surprises there. But people paid literally hundreds of dollars in this game for one character. So when Jedi Knight Revan came out a little over 100 days ago, people spent hundreds to get him. I will get him in 2 days. So yeah, did I have to wait 3 months to get him? Yep. But I'm going to get him. And So I saved hundreds of dollars, but I had to wait a few months. And that's basically what it is. I'm, 3 or 4 months behind the whales and the krakens. That's fine, because I literally have saved thousands of dollars versus what they've had to shell out. And so to me, I'm just happy to grind, and not happy to grind, but I'm content with grinding because I still have this game. Still, you can still do pretty well in this game without shelling out a bunch of cash, and that's what I like about it, and that's why I think it's actually going to last a lot longer versus, say, Star Wars Force Arena, which I stopped playing several months ago because I just kept being whale food constantly, and it was extremely frustrating. And I left that game, and the entire game shut down. Is shutting down now. Actually, you can't even create a new account now in Force Arena because they just fed all the free-to-play players to the whales like very aggressively, and game over. So this game, I think, has longevity because it doesn't spit all over the free-to-play players. Your guild is finally doing Treya 2 Primordial. That is awesome. I just started. We've only done like 3 or 4 Sith raids so far, so I still don't have Treya activated yet, which is crazy. I'm literally going to get a 7-star Jedi Knight Revan before I've even activated Treya. Meanwhile, Treya's out of date now. I steamroll Treya in Arena with my Commander Luke team. So she'll be valuable for Territory Wars, and she'll be valuable for Grand Arena. So I definitely still want her. The actual real reason I'm excited about being able to do the Heroic Sith Raid right now is for the Gear 12 Plus. I can now actually start to fill the 4th and 5th gear slots on my top characters, whereas I couldn't before. And so that's actually exciting to me, even more so than Treya at this point. So, but I still call Treya the B word. She still makes me mad, especially in Phase 3. So I'm glad you're getting Revan. That's awesome. You're a Jedi Bears? But use the Force, you make someone pull your finger. Yeah. This game has Mind Trick. It doesn't have Finger Trick. They haven't added that to the game yet, but I keep waiting for them to like put in an ability in this game that's just like a complete joke that's really funny. I don't think they ever will, though. Yeah, Revan before Treya. Yep, exactly, yep. Yeah, Grand Arena, I've actually been keeping track of Grand Arena and how I've been doing. I started creating a document of what teams I use against which other teams and how they do. So I'll probably release a video on that at some point. Or I may even just live stream Grand Arena next time I do offense. But yeah, it's an interesting game mode. It's like it's basically, an 8-player territory wars. But it really does make you like think more about your team combinations, because I'm pretty used to just having a very specific set of teams do very specific things. Like I use my Night Sisters a certain way in the Sith Raid, and that's the only place I really use them aside from maybe territory battles. But now like, I have to think about using Night Sisters a little bit more broadly now because of Grand Arena. So it's interesting. It is an interesting game mode. I don't like running into players who have Treya when I'm doing Grand Arena. It kind of sucks. I made the mistake of putting my Commander Luke team on defense once, and as a result, I just couldn't take down the Treya, and I lost that Grand Arena, even though I think in every other way I probably would have steamrolled my opponent. So it kind of sucks that one character just created that wall for me. And yeah, I guess it's my fault for not leaving Commander Luke for offense. But, and then of course the next time I did leave Commander Luke for offense and there was no Treya. But I did steamroll the enemy. I defeated I was so proud of myself, my last Grand Arena. I took out every single team on the first shot and I lost no characters. So I got my highest individual round score that I've gotten. And all my territories held. My Bastila just was a brick wall. And, yeah. So that was a good rebound for me after hitting that Treya wall the round before. So I didn't get first in Grand Arena last time because of that. I got, second, I think. But second or third. Obviously, I had one loss in that Grand Arena, so I couldn't get first. But And the person I lost to is the one who got first. Because the previous Grand Arenas I did win, but... So, yeah, but I gotta say, don't overstack your defense, because if they've got a really strong front wall, and you put all your strong teams on defense, you're screwed. You're back 0? Yeah, my internet went out. Sorry about... Actually, my power went out, and so I had to wait for my internet to come back. Heading out, Noah? Okay. Well, I'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. So again, this is just auto. I'm not even concerned about paying attention. This tank has done 0 damage to me. And we're about to progress to round 3 here. How was the stream after you took one for the team? Yeah, I couldn't have you. No spoilers. You can't... I need a spoiler-free stream. Yeah, I finished that round with the trolls and the ogres, or whatever they are. And then I just stopped. I stopped at chapter 3, so I'll finish it at some point. Let's take the auto off. There's always a little lag in between phases. The game kind of freezes and it scares me, but then it always continues. You may be back? Okay. Well, happy to have you whenever you could be here. So, down goes the tank, and General Grievous is now back with some annoying little sidekick droids. Again, this is going to be an auto round, very straightforward. I'm just going to do a little bit of damage to these side droids, just until I get translation up on all my team, and then I'll start attacking Grievous. So right now I have it on Commander Luke, most important one to have it on. Again, I'm not attacking Grievous. I'm just going to attack the B1s until... Well, actually, I'll put Confuse on him. But otherwise, I'm going to keep attacking the ads until everybody has... again, this is just for insurance. I could just hit auto, and I'd probably be fine. But this just makes me feel 100% confident that I can auto it with no problem by just manually starting each round. Let's put it on Han. And now everybody has translation. At this point, I can auto. The B1 droids may get an attack. I don't care. I'll counterattack. But this is basically it. So we're just going to watch my team constantly beat the crap out of Grievous and not really let him get much of a turn. He'll counterattack every now and then, but no big thing. I said the tank is doing 0 damage. Am I saying... You're not the tank 0. The tank is the AAT. So the AAT is doing 0 damage, and General Grievous is doing 0 damage. So I took some damage in round 1. That is going to happen. But rounds 2, 3, and 4, I take 0 damage, typically. Maybe I'll get an occasional counterattack here, but that's it. Rounds 2 and 4, no damage. I just topple, and it's done. So again, really, for me, the strategy, and I think the obvious strategy, is to just get translation on your whole team, starting with Commander Luke and Han Solo, and then just go. Topple and go for phases 2 and 4, and then manage the ads and go for phases 1 and 3. Phase 1's really the trickiest. It's always been the trickiest. So I don't believe that the Heroic AAT is full auto with no risk, the way it is with the Rancor, but it's still almost entirely autoed with C-3PO. You see a little counterattack there, but no biggie. And so this all really works because of C-3PO. All those exposes that get popped. He's reducing cooldowns. He's just... Plus he's got the Confuse on the raid boss. And when you put Confuse on a raid boss at tier 3, they have minus 50% defense. So the damage is actually being done twice as fast. Plus with all the exposes and the mass attacks, it just goes so so much faster than it could possibly go otherwise. You don't like how the tank does no damage? But it is kill them for the dark side? I am. Well, but the tank is dark side. We got our resistance squad and our rebels here. Taking it out. Now, I have done this with R2-D2 instead of BB-8. Just for shits and giggles. Round 1 is a little trickier. And the rest of it is slower. But it's also doable. I wouldn't recommend it. BB-8 just gives you that extra speed, critical chance, critical damage. I mean, like, why wouldn't you do that? So it's slower and trickier with R2, but if that's just your favorite droid, you can do it. So BB-8 is really the only one you can swap out here. But I wouldn't. But if for whatever reason you have everybody here, including C-3PO, but you don't have BB-8, which I guess is possible if you're a newer player, then you can still do this. You don't have to have BB-8. But he definitely speeds the whole thing up a lot. You can do dark side if you're all about the flatulence jokes, Bears. So, yeah, well. Jalapenos, huh? Jalapenos with beans? Is that your deadly attack? So after I finish the Heroic AAT, I do want to show some new resources that I posted on my website at phaserbrain.com. It's been a long time since I've posted a Galaxy of Heroes video on my stream, but I actually have been updating a lot of the information that I use in the videos in different documents. And so I said, you know, why don't I just post the documents? I'm keeping them up to date for myself, just for whenever I find the time to re-release a bunch of videos. But it was like, why don't I just put the info out there as I update it? It doesn't have to be in a video form. So, although I do plan to make more Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes videos, I've just posted the resources for people to look at, download, whatever. Some of it's just interesting, some of it's just I was procrastinating, and some of it is probably handy reference material to have. So I will post the link to that on the stream shortly. It's at phaserbrain.com, but I'll pull it up on the screen as well. And just show you what's there in case any of those resources are helpful. And I plan on keeping that up to date. I've been keeping it up to date for months. It's actually one of the reasons why I waited to post it, because I was like, I don't want to post this stuff and then say, you know what, I'm not really putting in the time to keep it up to date. But since I've been updating it myself pretty consistently, I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I can. I can post it and not disappoint people by not updating it. So I will update it. And that's actually a lot easier to update these documents and just than it is to keep remaking videos. Like, that's every time some tiny little thing changes. So that's what I'm going to do. You may or may not know, I released my Galactic Essentials playlist on YouTube. That was last July. And so a lot of the information in that videos is out of date. Some of the farming locations have changed. A lot of Resistance and Empire characters have been replaced on farming nodes recently. Some of my recommendations have changed. And of course we have a bunch of new characters and ships, Legendary and Heroes events. Now, underneath the notes for all of those videos, I have posted text updates. So every single video I have kept since last July, I have been posting updates at least every month or two, just to update the notes so that anybody watching those old videos has the latest news and advice underneath them, but they're still pretty out of date. And it's going to be probably a while. That's probably more of an annual thing that I do, is release that guide, because it was like, that's over a dozen videos. And so to release that whole library of videos, I'm not going to be able to get that done until the summer. But at least this way, I'm going to keep updating the text underneath those videos, but I'll also be updating the information that I post on my website that I would use to make and will use whenever I make those videos. So I'll show that soon. You're talking to a girl you really like while watching. Well, that's much more compelling than I am. Well, give her your best lines, man. Let's take this off auto. Gunships are activated. Destroy them from above. So we just got to take these B2 droids out. Easy enough. Or stun them. Once they're stunned, you could ignore them for a while. Han is going to do a lot of damage here. Again, typically I topple this before it does any damage at all. So you can see I haven't taken damage in a while. And look, it looks like everybody has translation already. And it is now toppled. So at this point we can auto it, and that's it. That's so easy. Phase 2 and 4 are the biggest piece of cake. Phase 2 and Phase 4 are full auto. Phase 3 is near full auto. You just got to get translation on everybody. Phase 1, again, you just may have to manually intervene. You're just keeping an eye on it when Grievous gets the B2 back up. If you can actually daze the B2 in Phase 1, then you can almost full auto it. Because he'll call back those other 2 side droids. You don't care about those because you'll just counter their attacks when, and hit them when they taunt. But yeah, but again, pretty straightforward. And this is it. You got her interest while wearing blue. Yeah, baby, blue. That's the color. That's the color. I got my blue on today. I got extra blue on today. Rocking the teacher sweater vest. This is my cozy grandpa apparel. But it's nice wool. Comfortable. Nice looking. I like it. A little conservative. A little, maybe a little farty. Old fashioned, but nice. You dress like an old man, you gotta look nice. This is a professor look, you know? I am a professor, so there you go. So, yeah. So this will be over pretty quickly. Phase 4, the tank has even less damage than it does in Phase 2. So, it goes down even faster. We're already 1/3 down here with this tank. I'll get married if I want to. There are some perks to being single, you know. The one thing I do like to do is just check the chat. I realize most of my guild cannot solo the heroic AAT. And I would be pissed if I couldn't solo it and someone knocked it down before I could even finish using my teams in each phase. Like, if someone's still in Phase 2 right now, I don't know what phase it's in right now, but if it's still in Phase 2 and I kill it, like, if someone wants to try a team in Phase 3 or Phase 4, they have no chance because I've killed it. So when the AAT's health gets low, I'm just going to check and see if it's in Phase 4 yet. If not, I'll give it a few extra minutes just until it does. Just so I'm not being a total dick. Because I am going to get like top 3 rewards here because there's only a few of us who solo this. So, yeah. And that was something that was confusing when I first played. Like, wait, how could someone be in Phase 4 and someone else be in Phase 2? And that's because, as I'm sure most of you play this game know, the actual tank doesn't go from phase to phase until the damage has been posted. So right now I have use the same team in all 4 phases, I've never posted any damage. So none of my damage is reflected on the actual tank status, and it won't be until I finish, either by my team dying or my killing the entire thing. But if you can't solo the whole thing with one team, then you're just going to be posting a team at a time. So I'm waiting for all those posts to catch up to Phase 4. Like, I know before, even before I had C-3PO, I used to like doing Phase 4 the most because I could solo Phase 4 with my Wampa. And so I'd get pissed if someone would finish it while I was waiting for Phase 4 to start. And I'd be like, what the hell? I want to do Phase 4. So I extend the same courtesy to others now that the roles have been reversed. So when we get like under 10%, I'll just see what phase this is in. I'm going to have to go in the chat and look it up. Probably nothing scandalous there, but we'll see. And again, this is pretty easy. You're just waiting for it. Doesn't take too long. So this has been like a half an hour. Yeah, it takes a little over a half an hour, even with the manual effort that I put in just to get that insurance in phase 1. Yeah, if you did it on full solo, you could maybe save 3 or 4 more minutes of time. But to me, it's worth the extra 10% of the time to basically like triple your chances of getting through phase 1 with no problem, and almost guaranteeing, I think, almost fully guaranteeing you don't lose Han Solo or anybody else early on. So, but I do have to give props to Skelterix. It was him who I first saw post the video on this team composition for how to solo it. So let's just see where we are. Are we seriously in phase 2? Phase 1 of the tank. Oh, no, okay. Phase 2 has been completed 10 minutes ago. So, oh, phase 3 has just been completed less than a minute ago. All right, so I'm going to give this a few more minutes because, I mean, phase 4 just literally started. So I want to give people a couple of minutes to get their teams going in phase 4. I'm just going to post a little note. Now that is in phase 4, I will be killing it in a few minutes. Let me know if you need me to wait. Just being nice. I'll just take a couple other % off, because why not? Just being a nice guy here. So actually, alright, we'll leave it at 4%. While I do that, actually, why don't I show the resources I put on my website? So, this is my website. Thank you to Zero Spawn. That is my logo here. Banner. I used it. It's the same one that's on YouTube. But if you go to my website, you click on mobile games, you'll see I have this page called Info for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes at a Glance. So you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 documents here, plus a few other links. So I'm going to open up these 6 documents here. So first we have overview and timing of rare character and ship events. So one thing that's nice to have handy is just how do you get all of the rare characters in the game? The characters you cannot farm or buy, but that you have to earn through legendary events or heroes' journeys, or in the case of Jedi Knight Revan, an ancient journey. And so I tried to get all of this on one page and have it be sort of visual and also explain exactly what you need. So this is what I came up with. I just grabbed these images off of swgoh.gg, which they grab it from the game assets. So these are game icons. I just gave them a little sort of light side, dark side glow. I also put these in order, rough order in which I think most characters will unlock these. So I think people will get Palpatine and Yoda first, R2 soon after, Thrawn not, these are the early ones. I think people are going to get these 5 first. BB-8, Chewie, Han's Falcon, and C-3PO are going to be a little later. And again, I think people are going to get Commander Luke first, and then probably either Rey or Revan next. But I separated them by the legendary events, which you can unlock at 5 stars, and the Heroes and Ancient Journeys, which only unlock at 7 stars and require very specific characters here in green. So everything on one slide. So I figured this was like just a handy, and that's what these resources are. It's just quick reference sheets, so you don't have to like look all these up. So if you're planning and you're like, okay, I'm going to need Rebels, Jedi, Empire, more Rebels, First Order, Bounty Hunters, and Ewoks to get all of these legendary characters, and these are specific ones that you're going to need for these. So I posted this. I also posted a how long is it between these events. Now, all of these data come directly from swgohevents.com. So I didn't keep track of any of these numbers. They keep track of the numbers. What I did was put them all on one reference sheet. Thank you, Zero. And calculate the sort of average number of days between them. And kind of, again, I'm just putting a lot of information on one page that previously you had to click all over the place for. So these 2 slides here are, again, requirements to get them, and then how far apart the events are. And I've got it fully updated here. Han's Millennium Falcon, C-3PO, Jedi Knight Revan, all of the recent events, and I will keep these updated. I have updated these. I just haven't been sharing them up till recently. And the other thing I have is these are not very print friendly because they have the black background. So I made print friendly versions of this if you're the kind of person that likes to print things and hang it up or put it on a bulletin board or stick it in a binder or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I don't print stuff. But like this, I just pull it up on my screen. But I decided to put a print friendly one up as well. And they all have dates on them here and on the website. So you'll know when I update them. And I will post on Twitter and Discord, my Discord chat, when I update them. Other documents that I have here. If you've watched my Galactic Essentials video series, seriously, yeah, I know, I'm like a librarian here collecting all this information. If you've watched my Galactic Essentials video series, you know that when I talked about the different battles, light side, dark side battles, cantina battles, now we have fleet battles, and I went through my recommendations, these are the slides I had in the background. Except, again, those had a black background. I already made them light white background, so they're print friendly. But all of these nodes are fully up to date. So there have been changes to whom you can farm on each node. This is 100% up to date, verified, who is on what node. So if you're an early player, so early level, like you're in the first weeks, the first like couple weeks of the game, 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to only have access to early light side battles, early dark side battles, and early cantina battles. So I put those first, along with, you'll notice there's these little dash lines indicate an energy farming increase. Then I put mid-level, so like when you get to like a month and a half to 2 months in, depending on how aggressive you are with your gameplay, you'll get access to mid-level light and dark side battles, mid-level cantina battles, and you'll start getting access to fleet battles. And then, of course, you have the late game, which it could take quite a while to get through all of these, light and dark side battles, cantina battles, and fleet battles. And again, these are totally up to date, all the way through literally today. All of these nodes are accurate. There have been a number of changes, but just wanted you to sort of have this at a glance. So again, early gameplay player, like everything you can farm with energy is here, here, and here on 3 slides. Mid-game, you'll add these 3. Late game, you'll add these 3. And everything is there. So there's that document. Now, of course, you can farm, you can obtain characters with tokens. So also in my videos, I had the overview of what's in each store. So these are organized by the game interface, like all of these, the little shortcut tabs at the top, they're all in that order. So again, Cantina Battle Store, Guild Store, Squad Arena Store, Galactic Wars Store, Fleet Arena Store. This one took a while to update. There's a lot there. Guild Events Store, and of course General Grievous is sitting in the Shard Store. So I have all of this here as well, along with the level at which these open up. So I have them sorted, and the game sorts them this way too. So on the left, the first store in the interface when you're in the multi-tab store interface is the first one you can unlock, and they kind of go through left to right in the order in which you can unlock them. The Shard Store will unlock whenever you get your first 7-star character, but I put it last because that's where it is in the game. Next, I've never seen all of the characters in the game listed on one page, nor any kind of summary information about all the characters in the game. So So I made, I don't have that one open. Let me show you that one. Hang on, I forgot to open that one up. Let me just open that document for a second. It is called, it's because it's a little older. Yeah. So this little bad boy here. So these are all of the factions in the entire game. Light side on the left, dark side on the right, and then combination factions here. And then as you probably know, some factions have sub-factions. So some rebels are part of the Phoenix sub-faction, some are part of Rogue One. So I've listed everybody. This is all the characters in the entire game, all listed by faction. If they're in multiple factions at once, they have a little star next to their name, like Ezra is a Jedi, as well as a Phoenix rebel. So he's here, and the reason Rebels is connected to Jedi, if you follow one of these little lines here, is because Ezra, and as well as Kanan, are in both. So this was just my way to sort of visually map out everybody in the entire game. You can see just how more strongly connected the light side characters are to each other and to the sort of neutral factions than the dark side. You can see like dark side just needs some love here. In addition to there being fewer characters, there aren't a lot of characters who are in multiple factions. The Separatists actually have the most characters in multiple factions on the dark side. And, I just put some other stats here, like how many players are in the game and what factions they're in and things like that, which might be interesting to players who are new to the game and are a little bit overwhelmed with the characters and how they're organized. So I just made this sort of little graphical reference. And I'm thinking about making versions of these that are visual, that have the characters' icons. The reason I started with text, though, is because if you don't know every character's picture, the picture isn't going to help you very much. So if you don't know what IG-100 Magna Guard looks like, or Nute Gunray looks like, you're not going to know what to do, whereas with the text, you can find them in the game just pretty easily and look them up or whatever you need to do. So I've been updating this document literally for months, but just decided to post it online and share it with folks. Another thing is, and again, I use this in my videos, these are my faction guides in my Ultimate Essentials. But again, if you watch my Ultimate Essentials faction guide videos, you have to read the notes underneath the videos where I said, oh, so-and-so is now available to farm here, so-and-so is no longer available to farm here. These are fully updated. So, and the way these are sorted is by how quickly you can start farming them. So Royal Guard is the first Empire character you can get. Light Side Battles 1D, you could literally on day 1 start farming him, so he's up top. Whereas Director Krennic, he's not available till Hard Node Light Side Battle 9D. It's going to be quite a while, several weeks at least. We're talking 2 or 3 months until you're able to farm him or sim his node. So, and then you have these characters at the end that you can't farm. They're available through special events or some kinds of rewards. If the character has a ship, that's noted here as well. But these are all sort of sorted by how soon you can get them. So, and also when those legendary characters or heroes or ancient journey characters are, when you need characters from a faction to get them, I note that here too. So, as noted here, you need any 5 Empire characters to get R2-D2. Well, where can I farm Empire characters and how soon can I farm them? If you come here, boom, and it reminds you, you need 5 of these to get R2-D2. These are the first 5 you can get. They're not necessarily the first 5 I recommend you getting, so that's why I do think you should still watch my Ultimate Essentials videos. And if you have any questions, because not all of my recommendations would be exactly the same right now, feel free to hit me up on Discord or in the comments underneath one of the videos or wherever you want, or on these live streams, and ask. But you know, you can see at a glance, like if you're putting together 5 Empire characters to get R2-D2, you're not going to grab Death Trooper as one of your first 5. He's a very difficult character to farm. He's amazing, but if you wait until you can farm Cantina Battles Node 8A and get him to 5 stars before you get R2, like, that's stupid. So don't do that. Get Railguard, get Range Trooper, absolutely. Like, this definite recommendation here. Get Stark, etc. So get Tarkin, because he has a ship, not just any ship, but a capital ship. So I'm probably going to, in my next version, replace this ship's icon with the specific capital ships for the fleet commanders. So, and again, I've got all of the key factions. I don't have Tuskens in here. I don't have Jawas in here because you don't need them for anything right now. But I've got Empire, Ewok, First Order, Jedi. They're alphabetized. Night Sisters, Old Republic, Rebels. There's a lot of those. And again, totally up to date. You know, here's C-3PO. Resistance, Scoundrels, which you need for the Credit Heist event. And you need 5 Bounty Hunter Scoundrels for Chewie. And lots of them. And then Sith. And these are obviously late game characters. So again, all sort of sorted in a way that you don't have sorted in the game very easily. Quick reference which ones have ships. Quick at a glance, what will characters in this get me event wise. You know, which ones require special events. And also if you're trying to spend out your currency. So like, let's say you want 5 Jedi to get Grandmaster Yoda. Well, you don't want to pick Ahsoka, Qui-Gon, and Jedi Knight Guardian. Besides the fact that none of them are all that great, they all use, you can see at a glance, they all require Cantina Battle Store tokens. So if you're trying to farm them simultaneously, it's going to take you forever. So you can also kind of see at a glance, how can I farm using energy, Cantina energy, and a few different kinds of tokens, like Cantina Battle tokens, Guild Store tokens, Squad Arena tokens, Galactic War tokens, so that you can simultaneously get an entire team quickly to get a character who's coming up in a rare event that you know is going to come soon because you have these numbers available to you that I compiled. So you can use some of these documents together pretty nicely. So, and again, I use them myself when I'm like, I have a little bit of, you know, fleet battle energy. Whom should I spend them on, you know? And so, oh, hey, look, there's some Old Republic characters there that I can farm with them, and, you know, Nest or whatever. So they're just handy for me, so I figured they might be handy for you. Lastly, and I'm going to finish the tank momentarily, is this bear of a document. And I didn't make it pretty because I'm actually going to make a video on it. I'm going to make a timeline of like, where has Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes been? But here I've literally tracked every single update, major update in the game. When we got new characters, when we got new ships, when we got new events or stores or levels or aspects of the game, and when they made big quality of life improvements like things like that. And I went all the way back to September 2017 and I mapped all of this out. And you can see every character, ship, event, everything when it's been released. So I'm going to make a sort of like retrospective of like, where have we been over the last year and a half with Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Like a little look back. Like I'm sitting here going, gosh, like Chimera seems like it's been out forever. But no, it was released in October 2017. It's only been like a little over a year since we've had Chimera, but it seems like it's been out forever. And for those of you who joined the game more recently than September 2017, you're probably like, oh really? Like you couldn't get Kylo Ren unmasked till it's literally just the 1 year anniversary of getting Kylo Ren unmasked and First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot free to play. Like again, they feel like they've been out forever, but they haven't. So I just kind of compiled all of this, and I just threw it up there. But again, I'm going to make an actual video that's a little less text heavy to kind of go through all of this, just in case anyone is like sort of, you know, into game history. They'll really like that video, I hope. So I hope you will like at least some of these resources, find some of them handy. Again, they're all on my website, phaseofbrain.com here, and I will keep them up to date and post when they are up to date. And then here's the link to the video series from last July I mentioned, my other Galaxy of Heroes videos, and my Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.gg profile if you want to check out my roster. All right. So let's get the game back. Finish the tank. Let me just make sure no one was like, please, no, wait. La 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 la. Yeah, no. Okay. Let me see. Where was my post? Kill whenever you're ready. Haha, I think it's dead. It's down already. Yeah, so usually someone else puts it down before I do, because not everybody else asks. People just like, whatever. Because our rules are, as soon as it's open, it's a free-for-all. Do whatever you want. Take it down as fast as you like. But I don't know. I don't like that. I think we should wait till Phase 4 starts, give it 10 minutes, and then finish it. Or at least just set a time, a reasonable time beyond which it's likely that that will happen. So, tanky down. Bye-bye, tank. But it's a holographic tank, so no droids were injured in the making of this game mode. You want you as your lawyer? Yeah, sure. I'll be your CFO and your chief counsel, which is your big lawyer. And yeah, man, you're the banner on this website. So for all like 30 people that have visited this website, there it is, 48.3 million damage done. Of course, Han Solo, man, just destroying these things with Commander Luke and Finn next. And actually, BB-8 does a fair amount of damage, 4 million. And C-3PO does no damage, but he makes this all 100% possible. Oh, there I am. Numero uno, baby. Sitting up at the top. Of course, you get randomly assigned when you have a tie score. So sometimes I'm 1, sometimes I'm 2. On rare occasion, I'm 3. I'm usually number 1 or number 2. And once the C-3PO event comes back and a whole bunch of other people get C-3PO, I'm not going to get top rewards as often. So I'm very fortunate to have this be the case right now. But yeah, I guess some cool rewards here that I will like. You made an account on my website? Oh. Okay, well, so my website is based on a Joomla, so I can actually set up permissions on my website so that you can post content if you think there's any reason to do that at some point. That's the platform I used. I didn't use WordPress. I used a Joomla, and it's my content management system. Now, in under an hour, I will also be soloing the Rancor raid. That is the easiest of the 3 raids. No big surprises or secrets there. Really just this is about how fast can you get through it. So I've been sort of messing around with teams to see how quickly I can auto that. And I mean, that's going to be like 10 or 12 minutes to breeze through. But Still have to wait, what, 53 minutes and 54 seconds for that. So, yeah. So that was the main things I wanted to show tonight on my stream, was how I make Skelterix's auto solo of the heroic AAT a little bit safer. And also some of the resources that I debuted on my website. And so yeah, so we got about 50 something minutes before I do the Rancor, so I'm happy to do roster reviews and answer questions or whatever. I don't have a whole lot to do in the game because I didn't save anything really. So I did my 5 squad arena matches. I'm in the top 50. Every now and then I get in the top 20, but usually I'm in the top 50. I switched to on defense. I put Nest on defense because she's like almost impossible to kill. And some days I don't need to do any battles. I'm like still in the top 50. The next day I'll be like 40 or something. Just because no one wants to bother trying to take down Nest. So ships has gotten a lot tougher for me in the last week or so because of all the damn Han Solo Millennium Falcons. I did not unlock that. So that's a bit of a struggle. But as you can see, I still end up in the top 50 just about every day. Provided I do my 5 battles there. I may have one left. I'll have to see. Yeah, Zero. Obviously, you can ask a question whenever you'd like. Meanwhile, I'll see if I have a ship battle left. I do, but you can see all these dang Millennium Falcons everywhere. And they're a pain in the butt because my Houndstooth the taunting gets removed so quickly that then they can take down my other ships with all these crazy ass assists. So basically, my options are much narrower now when I do ships, and I have to just go for the ones that don't have Han Solo's Millennium Falcon. Of course, sometimes you don't know if they have one, then you attack and they bring it in as a reinforcement, but that's less effective. So it's like, I got to go after this guy, and he's got a pretty tough roster, so this is hit or miss. Sometimes I beat him, sometimes I don't. Why don't we all go to solar energies there? I don't know. Well, first of all, some people don't live in an area that get a lot of direct sunlight. So for them, they're not going to generate as much solar energy as they use. That said, if we harness the solar energy and we stored it in hydrogen and everybody used fuel cells, if we replaced like natural gas lines with hydrogen gas lines, fed those into home fuel cells, then yeah, I mean, just if we put enough solar panels, and it wouldn't take that many, in areas that get a lot of direct sunlight, we could go entirely solar. It's just a matter of having the societal willpower and funding to do it, but it's actually more affordable than ever. So we are seeing large increases in solar and wind power. All right, I am going to just target Darth Vader because he's annoying, and pretty soon I won't be able to hit him. And this is great because I'm actually going to give him Breach. And yeah, see, I didn't do enough damage. If I could do enough damage here with attacks and Breach, then I can do my AoE attack here and actually wipe him out. But you can see I didn't. I just did it just to show it. So now I kind of wish I put Breach on Bosk so I can take him out. So I'm probably going to lose this battle because I did that. Just because I was explaining my strategy, but whatever. This guy's tough anyway. So he's got a Geo out, huh? And it's Sun Fac, so he's just going nutso with the tanks here. I am actually going to bring out Scimitar so I can get Vader hitting with the crits. And also, if the taunt gets... Wow, they're taking out my Houndstooth very fast. This is bad. So I lost this battle already. Tell you that right now. Unless somehow all 3 of these guys survive, yeah, I'm gonna have to do this. So I probably lost again because I was showing you the strategy I shouldn't use, that I use in other circumstances. And I can remove his defense up, but then I'm just going to have to hit Sunfac, which I'm trying to take Houndstooth out, so... Alright, so that's good, at least. I did that, but I need... Yeah, I didn't want that to happen. But as long as I don't lose either of these two... Alright, there's still hope, but it's slim. I've got Biggs out now. Now we got Biggs versus Biggs, so it's going to be a matter of RNG and who target locks more. So if I target lock more, my Biggs will get beefed up. If they target lock more, see, it's like, who's getting more bonus protection? Stun my Biggs. And he got that. See, he has the big... That's why I often lose against him, because his capital ship is more beefed up than mine. So I'm screwed. As I said earlier, I needed my Houndstooth to still be here so he can get rid of Houndstooth. Or even better yet, yeah, if I have Houndstooth and Biggs out, and then sometimes the AI will take out Biggs and then leave me with Houndstooth still at this point, and then it's a lock. But that is not how shit went down. So, yeah, I'm dead anyway here. Because Vader is going to take, yeah. So I told you I'm dead, so. Because again, I put Breach on Vader instead of Bosk, and I didn't want to, but I did just to explain my normal strategy, but I knew at that point I hadn't done enough damage to Vader to make it work, so I probably shouldn't have done it. I just should have told you what I did instead of actually going, oh, normally I do this. I didn't want to now, but here I did it. So, but anyway, doesn't matter. I already got my payout for today. So, whatevs. That's right. No one can hear you scream because sound requires a medium to travel through. So, let's see what we got here. Anything good? I have been starved for stun guns. I only have 74 of them, which is actually quite a bit, but once I get Revan, they're going to go away like that. I am doing well on Carbantes, believe it or not, which I like. So, and I'm doing well on Zetas. I actually just handed out 2 Zetas. I had over 100 Zeta ability materials. I put one on Jolie Bindo, and I put the other on Kylo Ren Unmasked. And still have a few to give to Revan. I don't think I'm going to put all 3 on Revan immediately, though, because I have this feeling that in February, they're going to release like a Revan killer. And then I'm going to regret putting the 3 Zetas on him. So I may just start with 1 or 2 Zetas on him, and then see how things go. Just keep one in reserve, because you never know what's going to happen. It's always nice to have a Zeta, set of 20 Zeta ability materials on hand. You don't want to spend everything you have. But, and I already did that. Okay. And then we check the shard store. Alright. So, a real lightsaber that works like one in real life. Yeah. There have been people who've made things that kind of look like lightsabers, but I don't know, they're more like, I don't know. But yeah, they're more like just super hot metal blades. There's some YouTube videos. They're extremely dangerous. So right now I'm farming way too much. I'm stretching myself way too thinly. It's almost better when I'm just it is better when I'm just focusing on one thing. So for a long time I was like, oh, I gotta farm my Old Republic characters to get Revan. And now this is done. Bastila's in awesome shape, Jolie's in awesome shape, and T3 Zalbar mission don't need to be in great shape for the event. But then it's like, what do I farm? Do I farm, like, what? I don't know. Like, Resistance Trooper, I've just been sitting on 6 stars for a long time. Now we're doing Heroic Sith. It'd be nice to have him at 7 stars. But it's, like, not super urgent. I'm not going to, like, I'm still doing a lot of damage in Phase 1. I can still kick ass, especially in Phase 1 with C-3PO. I don't need Resistance Trooper to 7 stars. It'd just be nice. So I've got him flagged. Jin is just someone I've been ignoring for far too long. And so just when she pops up, um, in the guild store. I'm grabbing her because Rogue One is the only Territory Wars faction battle that I can't complete because my Rogue One team sucks. And as you can tell, they're very under-geared, and Jin isn't even 7 stars. So, gotta work on that. But again, it's not like urgent. We're doing fine. It's not a huge deal. Kylo Ren Unmasked, I want to use his ship more because I think it's going to be helpful against... It's just a good ship, period. And his character's good on defense in Grand Arena now. And so I put the Zeta on him, and I've been giving him some gear and working on his ship. So he's just handy in multiple game modes, he and his ship. So he's more of a high priority, and I only had him at gear 8. Now he's at gear 10. So working on that. Sabine's just kind of, I'm working on her every now and then, but it's just to make Phoenix stronger. And that's it. So I'm hoping by the time Han's event comes back, I have her at 7 stars, a few more gear levels on her, just so I could bring in Phantom 2 as a strong reinforcement. But very slow. I'm not even farming her every day. Range Trooper. I really like Range Trooper, and he's a really easy farm, so I'm farming him every day. Not my top priority, but I'm farming him every day. Now, of course, all the rumors are Bastila, Canderous, Karth, Juhani, maybe HK-47 are all going to be needed for some kind of Malik or Darth Revan event this month. And so everybody's panic farming Bastila and Canderous. I'm not panic farming them. I'm farming them every day, but I'm not doing refreshes because I don't think I'm going to be able... I don't think free-to-play players are going to be able to get Karth and Juhani fast enough for the first round of that event. Just like no free-to-play player had a chance, really, at getting Jedi Knight Revan the first time around. So I'm farming them so that I'll be ready very comfortably for the second event in which they're needed. Of course, I don't even know that they will be needed at all. This could all be a, like, ha, you panic farmed these 2 characters and you didn't need to scenario. But in the event that all the rumors are true and they are going to be needed, I'm betting I don't really have much of a shot at getting them the first time around anyway. So I'm just slow farming. I'm doing my 8 a day. The drop rate is freaking horrendous, as you can see. I've only got 22 Bastila shards, 18 Canderous, and I've been farming them every day. This game literally is giving me 0 out of 8 or 1 out of 8. Very often, and it's pissing me off. So I know they suppress the drop rates in these scenarios. There's no doubt. I'm actually collecting the stats on this. I keep saying I'm going to put out videos disclosing the drop rates, but I have all the numbers now. So if there's ever going to be any kind of expose or lawsuit or whatever about the drop rates in this game, I will be the source of data, probably. But I'm farming them because I have a feeling we'll need them at some point, not because I think these characters are especially good. A lot of people say Darkside Bastila is good. I love it when she's on a Traya team instead of Palpatine because I think she's easier. And she's certainly easier than dealing with Sith Trooper. So for me, she's been wonderful because I steamroll right over that bish. This game had a tournament. It does have a tournament. It's got something called Grand Arena. So next time Grand Arena comes up, I'm going to live stream it. I'm farming Sith Marauder because here's the thing. Everybody panic farmed the bounty hunter ships so that they could get Han's Millennium Falcon. I am also farming them because I want to get Han's Millennium Falcon too. And frankly, in a couple of weeks, I would be ready for that event to come back. It won't come back that soon. It's probably going to be at least a 2-month window before that comes back. So I'm guessing late March at the earliest before I get Han's Millennium Falcon. And I'll be ready for that. But here's what I'm also farming that I don't think a lot of people are farming. And that are Sith ships. Now, we needed 4 bounty hunter ships to get Han's Millennium Falcon. I think we're going to need 4 Sith ships, maybe 5 if they release another one, to get some dark side ship or capital ship. Could be the Ravager, could be, who knows. But they just released B-28 Extinction class bomber that is Sith Marauder ship, and I've been farming Sith Fighter. You can see Sith Fighter will be 5 stars in the coming weeks, and so will B-28. And so if we need 5-star ships, Sith ships that are 5 stars to unlock something, I think I'm going to be in pretty good shape for that, or about as good a shape as a free-to-play player can be. I'm not refreshing on them. I'm just doing my 8 a day because these are hard node farms, and so I'm doing like 350 energy refills and 350 crystals and energy refills a day. It's really taxing. But I have a strong suspicion these 4 Sith ships are going to be needed for something. And I already have 2 in good shape, and these 2 on the way up. And Sith Assassin I already have at gear 11. But this, I just want to make sure Sith Marauder isn't total garbage. I can use the ship, obviously, with a shit Sith Marauder. But I don't want him to be total garbage, so that his ship is completely useless in an event. And I kind of would like to see, because I use Darth Vader and Scimitar, I would like to see some Sith synergy. I think I don't know, that could be like the next Geonosian type synergy, where it's like people are like, whoa, we weren't farming these, but now they're kind of meta. So I'm farming those ships as well. I'm also farming Anakin's Starfighter, just because it's the only sort of new ship that I'm wondering if it's going to be used in some kind of event. If General Grievous is, if he gets a capital ship, I'm betting this is going to be involved. So I'm just farming that. Again, I don't have Jedi Knight Anakin very much. He's only at 4-star, but if we need his ship, I will be ready. So I'm spending my fleet battle currency on Sith Fighter, and then I'm spending the balance of it on Anakin Starfighter, which is like every other day I'm putting 100 crystals to refresh that energy, so that I have enough, because the fleet battle tokens, they regenerate pretty slowly. Now, the other characters I'm farming is basically that's it. Those are all the characters I'm farming. Again, Sith Marauder, I'm not farming his character right now because he needs Cantina battle tokens, and I'm using those on Canderous right now. So, one at a time there. But yeah, and the other sort of character that I'm eyeing, that's like, this is my dark horse, is Echo. Why Echo? When I look at all of the factions and I say, okay, we needed bounty hunters for Chewbacca, then we needed really good Ewoks for C-3PO. What's the next faction that's going to catch people by surprise that we're going to need in this game to get a character? And when I go through this list, I'm like, we already needed the bounty hunters. I doubt we're going to need droids. If we are, I got 1,000,000 droids leveled up. You know, BB-8, 3PO. I'm R2. I'm good with droids. You know, I got HK. Empire loaded up there. Ewoks, we just needed them. First Order, we need for BB-8 already. Good shape. Geonosians, they already kind of made you need them for ships, and there aren't even 5 of them yet anyway, so I doubt they're going to like release a 5th Geonosian and need them. But if they do, my Geonosians aren't bad. Imperial Troopers, already in great shape, not worried. Jawas. Now, we haven't needed 5 Jawas for anything in a while, but we did need them for mod challenges once upon a time. And so, like, a ton of people have all 5 Jawas at 7 stars, so I doubt it's going to be Jawas. If so, it's just going to be a matter of gear. Jedi, everybody's got the bazillion Jedi now. Night Sisters, they're already needed all over the place. Old Republic, we had to farm for Jedi Knight Revan. Check. Phoenix, we already know what they're needed for. Thrawn, and you can get Palpatine with a medium for Chimera. Rebels, everybody's got 1,000,000 Rebels now. Resistance, maybe, but again, people have JTR, etc. Scoundrels, we need for credit heists. Smugglers, we need for a couple of events. Separatists, maybe, but people have 1,000,000 of those. Sith, people have 1,000,000 Sith. But what's the one faction that I don't think a lot of people have at 5, 6, and 7 stars, all 5 of them, that might suddenly become needed? The only one left, and by the way, it doesn't mean they won't release another faction like they did with Old Republic, or but if is Clone Troopers. And so I look at my Clone Troopers and I go, well, shit. Right now I only have 3 Clone Troopers at 7 stars. I only have 3 Clone Troopers at 5 or more stars. I don't even have Echo activated, and Cody's at 4 stars. So I am actually going to make sure I get Cody and Echo up to 5 stars, just in case they're needed for a legendary event. You know, there's always the rumors of a Clone Wars era rework that may include General Grievous, that may include, you know, the Clone Troopers, and the Clone Wars series is coming back this year. And so I've got Echo flagged here, and once I get him up to sort of 4 stars, I'll get him and Cody up to 5 stars at least, because those 5 guys are going to be needed for something at some point. So they're on my radar enough to be bookmarked at this point, but I know what's going to happen. They're going to keep releasing characters, and they're going to keep getting bumped down the bottom of the list. But I'm just trying to sneak them in, like I'm sneaking in Range Trooper, like I'm sneaking in Jin, like I'm still trying to work on Kylo. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now, in terms of my farming logic and what I'm farming and why. But, you know, anytime, like, the pace is unbelievable in this game. There's always some characters that you have to hurry up and get for some event. And sometimes you can get them. Like, still can't believe I have 7 stars C-3PO. It's amazing. But, like, I didn't get Han's Millennium Falcon even at 5 stars. But I know if I need those Sith ships, I'm going to be in good shape. I'm not going to get whatever Bastila and Canderous are needed for the first time, because I was late to start farming Bastila, and the drop rates for me have been shit. So I know, whatever, I'm not going to get that. So some of these events you'll be ready for. Some of them you won't. It's just the nature of being a free-to-play player in this game. But But honestly, the reason I got C-3PO at 7 stars is because there were some rumors about needing the Ewoks to get C-3PO, and I said, you know what, with just a little bit more work, my Ewok team could be pretty sweet. And so I put in that little more work. I made sure I got Logray up to 7 stars, big help. I added a little bit of gear to them, and I got C-3PO at 7 stars. And that is why I just got these sweet tank rewards and just autoed that. So, you know, some strategic investment is good. You got to sort of pick your battles, no pun intended, but sometimes it works out, and sometimes you just have no freaking shot as a free-to-play player. But that is why I'm sitting here at number 1, because I heard the rumors. I said, yep, that sounds right. Those Ewoks haven't been needed for much. It would not surprise me if I needed them for that event, and we did, and I just barely got C-3PO 7 stars. So happy about that. And so I will be happy if I need my 4 Sith ships. I will be happy if I need the 5 clone troopers, if and when I get them to that point. And yeah. But again, I'm not going to get whatever dark side character we're going to need Karth, Juhani, Canderous, and Bastila for this month. I just know it. Like, no way. This is going to be like Darth Revan again. You're going to need to spend cash to get them, and I ain't doing that. So, yeah, that's what I'm farming and why I'm farming it. It does suck not having Han's Millennium Falcon, though. I mean, if I were the kind of player that spent a little bit of money here and there in this game, I would have spent to get Xanadu Blood and what's the other one I'm brain farting on? IG 2000. Get that 1 extra star level on them, get them up to 5 stars, because Han's Millennium Falcon's pretty good at 5 stars. But again, free to play, so I didn't, and yeah, so I just don't have Han's Millennium Falcon right now, which sucks because I have Han Solo and Chewbacca in such great shape. My Han Millennium Falcon would be great because they have arena mods on them right now. They're Gear 12. I mean, with I think 2 or 3 pieces, Gear 12 pieces a piece on them. Like, I've got those characters, 6-stop mods. I mean, I've got them pimped out, man. Like, so check out my Han Solo. Right? He's got 3 Gear 12 parts with the possibility of a 4th. He has multiple 6-stop mods. Chewbacca. Check this bad boy out. Same thing. 3 Gear 12 parts. 4 6-stop mods. I mean, and they're the pilots of that ship. So, like, I'd have a banging Han's Millennium Falcon right now if I just had Xanadu Blood and IG 2000 at one more little star level. But, you know, hey, free to play. So, I don't have it. But I have C-3PO and I'm much happier about that. So, I'll take it. You got him free to play? Yeah, I didn't invest that aggressively in my bounty hunter ships. I knew it was going to take crystal refreshes. Not just of my energy, but actually to refresh the farming to spend the extra 25. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do it. So I didn't get it. You know, some of these events, like when these new, and I didn't start farming Xanadu Blood and IG 2000 immediately when they first came out. That's what you needed to do. You needed to start farming them when they first came out, and or do the 25 crystal refreshes here, and I didn't do it. I was spending my energy on because I was spending my energy on the Old Republic characters for Revan to come back out. So I'm always going to prioritize characters over ships, and that's what happened. I didn't know when Darth Revan was coming back. I felt like it wasn't going to be immediately, but it was going to be soon. And I didn't want to slow down my Old Republic farming to spend energy on these ships. So as soon as they got Old Republic up and running, I diverted a lot of my energy to them. But and same thing with Canderous and Fallen Bastila. Like, they were tier 2 underneath making sure I had my Old Republic ready to go, and a couple other priorities that I was like, I just didn't want to keep pushing down the list. So, you know, I had gear to farm for my arena characters. That's always going to be more important. So, yeah, I missed out on it. So, yeah, it was possible, but yeah, right. You had to refresh or pay money. Exactly. So, but yeah, I'm getting Jedi Revan. Because that's, you know, you gotta pick. Like, I missed the bounty hunter ship thing, but I'm feeling good about my Sith ships in case we need that. You know, I'm not feeling so good about Canderous, Bastila, Karth, and Juhani. I am feeling, you know, I am in great shape for Revan. So, and I was using a Bastila team with Grandmaster Yoda and Hermit Yoda, and Old Ben and or General Kenobi in the arena. So, like, I'm going to be, like, day 1 ready to go. So, yeah, my Bastila is great. My Jolie is great. And T3 Zalbar and Mission, yeah, I only have them at gear 8 or 7, actually. But from what I'm told, that's enough. Now, Mission, Zalbar, and T3 are actually pretty good. So, I may add some gear to them anyway going forward. And I did just get my not Jyn Erso, my Kira to 7 stars. So I've got a nice smuggler leader now in Kira. So I have Kira at gear 11, 7 stars, and I have Nest at 12. My Nest is in pretty sweet shape. So I feel like, you know, I'm going to have a good smuggler team, but also she works well with other scoundrels too, beyond the smuggler sub-faction. And, you know, people have been using Mission and Zalbar in Grand Arena with Kira, and that's been going well for some folks. So maybe I'll invest in them, but whatever. For now, I got to get Jedi Knight Revan. And I'm good to go, and I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, and Bastila seems to be the key. And my Bastila, you may as well call her Beastila, because, yeah, she's pretty good. And I have both Bastila and Jolie have the Zeta on it. So even if they knock down Bastila, Jolie will just wake her back up. He's got the revive now. So as long as Jolie doesn't go down, And again, everyone's like, the hard part with Jedi Revan is the farm. The event is easy. So yeah, but you know what's going to happen? Again, like, yeah, I'm farming Bastil and Canderous. Fine. But Karth and Juhani are going to be released soon. And yeah, they're going to be needed for Darth Revan or Malak or something. And I just know I'm not, whatever that is, I'm not going to get it the first time around. So, and that's fine. Like I said, you win some, you lose some. But if you're really free to play, you got to sort of pick your battles. So, but again, like, I don't regret investing in my Ewoks because I thought they would be needed for C-3PO. And so, and I think I'm going to be in good shape when we need Sith ships too. No question. I mean, I would bet money. I don't spend money in this game, but I bet money. We're going to need these ships at some point. And I'm going to be ready when we need them. So I'm just investing here. And again, those clone troopers, we're going to need them at some point this year too, I think. Probably in a really tough event. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, you got all Falcons. Very nice. I have no Falcons at this point. I am Falconless. As you can see, there's Rey's Millennium Falcon, there's Han's Millennium Falcon. I mean, I have Lando's at 4, but that's just from, like, event rewards. But, I mean, I don't have L3 or Young Lando in good shape either, so even if I farmed this ship, it still sucks. So, and again, I'm betting I'm going to need the Sith Fighter and Anakin Starfighter before. I'm not going to need Lando's Millennium Falcon for an event. But that's pretty cool to have 3 Falcons. Like, if I saw that in my arena team, I'd be like, whoa, 3 Falcons. That's crazy. I don't know. I keep asking myself, like, should I get this ship at some point? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know why I just don't have the Falcons. These Falcons, but whatever. The Rays. I don't know why I never got Rays. Or invested in Landos. TIE Reaper is another ship like I should get because, look, I got a Gear 12 pilot sitting there. But, yeah, it's a hard node farm. And unfortunately, it's with Shore Trooper, which is like, I already fully farmed Shore Trooper long before TIE Reaper existed. So it's not one of those, like, twofers that would make it very worthwhile. They're off the bench? Yeah. Well, still, once you get them off the bench, then you've got the 3 of them out. That's pretty cool. So, I mean, actually, my Geonosians are fine. I've got Geonosian, except my Geonosian spy character is not in good shape. But, I mean, I don't know. I should probably use Sunfac. But I just don't. Biston is another ship I need to invest in. I actually have like semi-decent gear on Scarab Rebel Pathfinder. And, but with a little more, those 2 are tough to gear though. But this is a zippy little ship. So I'm thinking maybe I use this ship soon. But we'll see. Right now, the sort of existing ship that I already have that I'm investing in is TIE Silencer. So I've just been delaying investing in Kylo Ren Unmasked and TIE Silencer for a long time. But I did finish the farm a couple months ago. And I do actually, I mean, I have these abilities fully upgraded now. So they are on my bench. This guy's on my bench. I didn't have him on my bench before. I swapped out, who did I swap out for? I don't even remember who I had in before. But, yeah, he's a reinforcement for me now. He's Slave 1. I had the other Kylo Ren's command shuttle. Which sucks, because this is one of my dark horse bets. Like, I farmed Kylo Ren's command shuttle very aggressively. Got him to 7 stars before, like, anybody in my faction. And he wasn't that good, but I hoped that with the ships 2.0, he would be good, but he's not. Yeah, it's not that great a ship. There are better choices. Another ship I need to invest in. This is why I'm farming Sabine, is this ship. Little imbalanced here in terms of my pilots. Crap Sabine, decent chopper, awesome Ezra. So, as you can see by the crew power ratings, I did upgrade the abilities here, but still don't have Phantom 2 in the rotation. But yeah, at some point I will. So again, I'm farming the bounty hunter ships because, yeah, I want to get Han's Millennium Falcon next time, but Sith ships. That's what I'm doing. And Houndstooth, obviously, even with Han's Millennium Falcon sort of neutralizing, not sort of, definitely neutralizing Houndstooth's taunt, it's still a good tank. But I might swap Biggs in now because Biggs's taunt comes back. I don't know. But yeah, I've been farming this ship for a little while, so won't be too long before boss ship is 7 stars. For a while, I was like, let me go get a couple characters I just never got. Like Lando. Like, why don't I have Lando? But I don't. I never got Chirrut or Baze. I don't know if I ever will. They're a nice combo. But I don't know. I just don't really need them. Okay.